Well, I can only say I'm a little confused. I'm not going to do it for this video, but there were just certain things in this third video that weren't quite tracking totally with the first two videos that Jenna put out. I'm not saying she's lying, but the slant is it's very strange. But let's get to the essentials of what she did say. And it's a relatively short video. So I will do the summation and then do some of the commentary because I think the first half, probably most people are not going to have a problem with, but I think the second half is going to create a lot of disagreements and divisions for a while. So let's get to the big news. Apparently, Aaron behind the scenes did give a sincere apology. Okay, that's very interesting. Now, she's very clear. She's not forgiving Aaron, and she's not really factually taking away what she was stating in the first two videos. Although I do think there's a little bit of revisionist history, but we'll get to that down the road. Okay, so the essentials of the first two videos are not being disputed. However, she does want to clarify because a lot of people were panicking when the videos came down, saying, "Well, what's happening to her? She's fine. She's in bed because they're a little sick over there, but she's fine." So it's nothing like that. However, and this is where it got a little vague and a little bizarre, saying that the videos were taken down because she felt certain people were getting hurt. Not quite clear who she means. I think we can guess it's probably, definitely Natalie and maybe Aaron's family, but it was not really stated explicitly, so I don't know. She also gives us a little bit more background on the videos themselves, namely that at that point, and again, she's not really apologizing for it, but that she was really angry. That's where they were coming from. So they may have been a little heightened. And if people took that the wrong way, she's clarifying. She's not saying that when Aaron was screaming at her, he was insulting her or doing name calling, which is good. And she does concede that she did some screaming on her own. So she is taking some responsibility for certain things that were done, which is good because, yeah, I mean, we're going to have, I think, a lot of discussions about her culpability. And again, I think this is where it gets confusing because really there are two major factors going on, right? It's the relationship with Aaron, which to some degree, if they want to keep it private, is legit, but we can't escape this because it's right there. He's heading a foundation. She's working for that foundation. So there's a public policy issue. And they do, and she said this in those videos, that she considers herself a leader, and she was here before Aaron, right? She was doing anti-Scientology activism. Although we're going to bracket what anti-Scientology means here because I don't think this is anti-Scientology, but we'll put that to one side. Okay, so the basic gist is she's stating she's okay at the moment. The videos were taken down because she felt people were getting hurt. She didn't like that. So that's why they were taken down. There has been an apology and they are moving forward. However, Aaron has not been forgiven, but she did see some signs of genuine attempts to address certain issues. She doesn't really give us much more information. So, what does that mean? Because again, Aaron, in the middle of all this, put out some pretty hateful videos. So, and again, that's Aaron. This is Jenna. Obviously, she cannot control him, but it's just a little strange that he doesn't seem to have changed at all. So, is she just saying that it's their relationship primarily she's speaking about? So, there's still some questions in the air here. Okay, so that's a lot of the first half of the video and a little parts of the second half. What to make of it? Well, I think the primary thing is if she's physically safe, that's the primary thing. And she is affirming, yeah, she's physically safe. And some people were running wild with speculation that maybe she's going to, quote, return to Aaron. Well, it's a little strange. And so this is where, again, this is not her problem. This is more SPTV problem, but she's still listed on the foundation website. And I'll just note this briefly. I'll do a full commentary later, but Zach, who's also listed, apparently his YouTube channel is gone. And other people on the board are saying, I'm not on the board, but they're still on the website. So again, this is more an Aaron problem and the SBTV problem, but it's like, where exactly are we? Is she still on the board? I don't think she clarified that at all. I would imagine she is still going to be on the board and they're going to still work and collaborate together. So professionally, I guess their relationship is going to move forward. But the, whatever you want to call it, romantic, sexual, erotic, whatever it is, whatever you're going to term it, that's gone. That's been dissolved. But still a lot of questions about, well, what do we mean other people? And again, if she's trying to be generous and help those people, I mean, I think we can understand that. But that's still kind of alarming that she feels, and she says the word destroy, that the videos were hurting some people too much. Well, again, I would not like to be Aaron at the moment, but let's not be melodramatic. He's lost, what, 10,000 plus subscribers. Okay, and yes, his videos have dropped dramatically. Like the view count is much, much lower. In fact, his latest video is one of the videos that did much better than the other videos, but that's primarily because it's very juicy and it's kind of exploitive, frankly, because the way Aaron put it in that video said, "Oh, I had to respond." No, no, he really didn't have to. And he's actually breaking a lot of promises. So it's a little bit of a mixed picture. And again, I get it. Listen, let's not be naive. A lot of what Aaron does is a persona, it's not real. So, quote, in real life, and I will give him a big bone because he actually did mention this in his, quote, apology video, which he took down, which is why still a lot of questions here because he says in that video, again, roughly quoting him, and again, I can't play the clip because he keeps striking this channel. Yes, he's done that officially. Um, he said something to the effect, well, the people I need to give apologies to, I gave apologies to those people. But he said it in a very kind of brutal voice, as he usually does when he gets angry. So I'm like, did he mean this apology or did he just mean apologies in general? He didn't really even say Jenna. He just said, well, the people I need to apologize to, I've done that already. So this is the dilemma with taking down these videos, and we have to go back and rethink. Well, what exactly did you say? What did you mean by that? So it just seems like we are where we were before, kind of in an impasse. But I do think it was a great thing that Jenna spoke out, and we now have much more clarity and a fuller picture. There's an aspect of manipulation which I found wasn't alarming. Again, you're on YouTube, you're going to sell a persona, a certain a bias and point of view, and she does emphasize that those videos were done from a certain point of view when she was really, really angry. I think the dilemma is this. So she's going to move forward and she wants people to join her on the channel. But again, two things are getting confused. There's Jenna the victim, which I think we should support. I think it's whatever my nitpicks about what she's saying or some questions about how she's presenting information. I think it's clear cut who the victim is. It's definitely her, not Aaron. All right, so that's fine. We support her as a victim. But then there's her as a YouTuber. And I'm like, those are two different things. And also, she added some stipulations saying, well, these are going to be the rules moving forward. Okay, interesting. Well, again, you can support Jenna as a victim. You can even support her as a YouTuber, but dispute, well, wait, what about, what do you mean by these rules? What do you mean? What do you mean? Like, what do you mean? So I think this is a dilemma that she's trying to manage the fallout. And to some degree, that's legit insofar as we're talking about her and her family, but I don't know, sort of like trying to manage how other people react. I think that's a little bit more tricky. But that said, she did give thanks to both ends. She's saying she's thankful she did get a lot of support, and she's thankful that some people were taking flack, but she apologizes if, quote, people who were not intended to be hurt got hurt, and even people who stood up for her also got hurt. She feels sorry for that. So I judge it a very sincere message, but there is a little bit of manipulation going on. Now, is that due to Aaron or the SPTV Foundation issues? I don't know. Is it just some behind the scenes issues with her and her family? Don't know that either. So it's just there's a lot of clarity here, but there's also a lot of vagueness, which is understandable because a lot has been happening. For those who don't know, Jenna's in California, and to put it mildly, there's a lot of crises going on. It seems like she's fine, she's safe, but there's a lot happening here. with California, as well as all these relationships up in the air. So there we go. So I hope this video is kept up, but I will do a more thorough summation in a future video because, again, that's where we are, where these videos are put up, they create a lot of controversy, but then they're taken away. And then when there are reactions, it's sort of like, it's very strange. It's very strange. But the basic main thing is she is safe, and that's good. But I do have some questions about where we're going to go with this later, because it does seem like there's trying to be like a management of expectations, and that's a whole different thing. That's a whole different thing, and I think that's going to create a lot more schisms. But that is up ahead. But it's good she's safe, and it's good that she was apologized to. But beyond that, I think there's going to be a lot of disagreement. A lot of disagreement.